Coming up next, we enter the second panel discussion, Integration of Ton and Telegram, Genesis of Super Apps in the Web3 Era. Our distinguished panelists are Andrew Lee, the Open Market Head of Strategy, Lucy Khan, Partnership Lead at Ton Society, Ignor Pachakovsky, Ton co-founder of Bloom, Claude, co-founder of Aya, and Ricky, co-founder of Cadison, Louis, co-founder of Tombit, and Daniel Yang, co-founder of T-Fund.
好，再次欢迎我们各位的圆桌嘉宾。好，我们把第二桌圆桌嘉宾，然后把主持交给我们的主持人，谢谢。
Hello, hello. All right. First off, thank you everyone for coming and taking some time out of their day to sit down with us and listen to our panel about integration of Ton and Telegram, genesis of a super app in the Web3 era. So now, before I begin and introduce the panelists, I'd like to get a quick idea of how many of the people here in this crowd used or bought Ton before Telegram integrated wallet into Telegram. Can I get a show of hands? Ton users before wallet integration. All right, cool. So not that many, but since then, and the rise of mini apps, how many of you have played a mini app and taken part in a TGE?
Everybody.
Okay, we're seeing some more hands up. All right, well, thanks for coming, and I hope you guys enjoy our discussion. So first off, we have here Lucy from Ton Society, Igor from Bloom, Louis from Tunbit, Raymond from, Ricky from Cadison, Daniel from T-Fund, and Claude from Aya Games. I'll give you guys a quick minute to give a very quick introduction about you and what your company does.
Hi, I'm Lucy, Ton Society Partnership Lead. I've been working for Ton almost 2 years and supporting all the growth of the Ton ecosystem in all over the world. And yeah, I have to join the panel discussion here. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Igor, co-founder of Bloom. Bloom is a decentralized trading platform on Ton, so with over 90 million of users. And yeah, happy to be here.
Hi everyone, I'm Luis, the co-founder of Tombit. So Tombit, we are a security audit firm. Besides doing security audit and also security research, we also helping building a lot of infrastructures like program language tools or developer tools. So recently, actually, we help Tom blockchain identify actually one critical and one medium bug that exists for 2 years. So we are keep securing and building the Tom ecosystem. Yeah, thank you.
Can I borrow? Oh, okay. Sorry. So hello, this is Ricky. I'm the co-founder of Cadison. So Cadison, for some of you who might not have heard before, it's a mini game on Telegram. But we have also a Cadison Game Center, App Center on Telegram. So right now we have published 14 games and one DeFi app on our App Center. So we are actually building a Cadison ecosystem within the Telegram and Ton ecosystem. And I personally I'm overseeing the listing and also overseeing the partnership with the projects outside the Ton ecosystem as well. So for if you have a project outside Telegram or Ton, if you want to bring to this ecosystem, you can come talk to any one of us or me so that we can see whether we can partner up and bring you to the Telegram and Ton ecosystem.
Hey everyone, my name is Daniel. I used to run the business development team at Ton Foundation, and I left this year to start a new venture fund called T-Fund. So I would like to say that we're not just a fund, we're also a venture builder in the ecosystem. We are pretty new, so we are getting started. So if you're a builder on Ton, you have any questions or advice or just someone to talk to, please reach out to me. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Claude. We're behind Aya Games. What we're doing is to help people turn, I would say, followers and app users into actual users, like transition what is off chain and bring it on chain. So just so people can turn this like viral growth of millions and millions of users into actual revenue with on-chain transactions. And we have games to kind of structure that. But that's what we're doing in AI Games.
All right, thank you for the introduction. Everyone here is a pretty seasoned builder on Ton and crypto, so a lot of what they say is going to be very educational, and they'll be able to share a lot of insights that if anyone has any questions, feel free to, if you see them in the hallway or something, say hi and ask away. Now, since Telegram integrated wallet, this was a very pivotal moment for Ton blockchain because prior to wallet's integration, I believe the active wallets on Ton blockchain was maybe a few 100,000. And then after wallet integration, that number actually spiked to, I believe, almost 5 million within a few months. So obviously, this was a very, very pivotal moment in terms of Ton's ecosystem growth. Now, I kind of want to take a step back because one of the things is that since we're all in the crypto industry, we kind of live in a sort of echo chamber where like we're all kind of hearing the same things, only positive things. And when we talk about a super app, it's not just an app that can do everything. It's also an app that is used by everyone. So it's a combination of the two. It can do everything, and also everyone uses it. So one of the things that I've been personally wondering is if any of you have any insights or data in terms of if or how many of those new wallets or users are from existing crypto users or actually new users that have never touched crypto but use Telegram.
All right.
So maybe I can share first.
Yes, go ahead.
So Callison has right now 43 million users, and our conversion rate is around 6 to 7%, depending on which period of time. And we think we position ourselves as a Web2 publisher because we are publishing Web2 games, and then we add a tokenomics on top of it, and then we have a tokenization plan for our mini game or mini apps. So we are actually trying to transform the Web2 users to become Web3 users within our ecosystem. So originally we are targeting all the Web2 users, and they probably haven't had any wallet before, or they don't know about what is staking is and what is swap is. So we will think about how to add some educational elements into our mini games or mini apps to educate them to become a Web3 users. So I can give you a stat. In this March, I think our Web3 users is only 1% of our whole user base. And then after we add the educational elements inside, like we can ask them to stake your cats, and then you can earn some extra points from our ecosystem. So this is the concept of staking. And if you connect a wallet, and then we will give you a higher level gift package, and then you can, if you spend some gas fee, and then you can have some extra gift package as well. So by these like different tasks, and they will gradually become a Web3 users themselves. So we improve these figures from 1% to 7% in around 4 months of time, and then it becomes from less than 100,000 Web3 users. Right now we have more than 2 million active wallet users, plus like 40-something million like not so active, but like they still log into our ecosystem and play our games and mini games. So we are trying to convert the rest of it and the new users into the Web3 users by adding even more different educational features into our ecosystem.
Okay, thank you. So this is for Lucy, since you're more involved on the community side. What has been your experience over the last like half year or so in terms of new users joining the Ton space?
Yeah, so back to like last year, the gateway on November in Dubai, that was like Notcoin was launched their Notcoin beta version during the gateway, and that was the game changer for our entire ecosystem. So Notcoin gave the very good example for what you can do inside of Telegram and how many active users in Telegram and how they are active and in like a Tone blockchain. And after then, Catizen, Bloom, Hamster Combat, those projects built very fast on our ecosystem, and also they bring all the good examples from the Nakcoin. And yeah, so far, Nakcoin and all our top 2-1 games like prove the Telegram's power. And now we are more looking for the like sustainable games and consumer-based app projects on our ecosystem. And during the DAFCON, we have a very exciting bootcamp on Friday and Saturday. So I'm organizing Bangkok bootcamp on November 15 and 16. And if you are a builder, please join to the bootcamp.
Yes, please give her event a look. She said it's on Friday and Saturday, right? All right, yeah. So if you're looking to build on Ton, you should check out her event, Friday and Saturday. So trying to kind of pivoting back to the whole mini apps thing, I know that Igor and Ricky are currently overseeing some very successful mini apps on Telegram. So one of the things that I wanted to ask you as having gone through the experience of overseeing and managing a successful mini app project on Telegram, what are some of the bigger challenges that you faced? And if you could have done anything differently, what would it be?
I think tremendous growth, first of all, in scalability, technical infrastructure. So we launched in April, and we thought, okay, if we got like 100K users in 3 months, we'll be happy. And we'll got like 200K users 3 hours after. So, and then we start scaling our tech infrastructure and so on for millions of users. That's the first part. Second part, I think definitely it's like Tom blockchain transactions speed, right? It's when we kind of lease some projects or do some big drops, there always a problem with Ton is a little bit slow. So I think as a community we need to speed it up a little bit to make it available for this huge amount of users that we have on Telegram with low cost of user acquisition as well. So, and I think also it's related to wallet. It's super native. I can send assets as messages. So it's super native and easy. I don't need to know nothing about crypto. And we have almost like 70% of crypto newbies. So, and they do like, they educate themselves through the Notcoin, through the Bloom, through the Catizen and other apps. So that's like how we onboard and educate, basically, and trying to engage in a deeper form with those who kind of onboarded.
And Ricky?
So I think the biggest challenge is the compliance, because Telegram is a very open platform, and different projects can choose the level of compliance they want to subject themselves into. And for Catizen, we subject ourselves into a quite high standard of compliance. So during our very speedy growth in the past 7 months, we actually, when we decided to implement the on-chain compliance, to implement the anti-cyber mechanism, we actually have to give up a lot of the users, which are not the maybe not the actual users, but they contribute to a large number of our user base. So we want to discourage them from joining our ecosystem, because they are usually the bots or some studios using different scripts to farm for our airdrops. But our goal is not to have as large user base as possible, but our goal is to reward the real users as much as possible fairly. So we make a very hard decision to cut off all this kind of suspicious bots users. So this is like part of our pain of the implementation of the on-chain compliance. So I think this is the hardest part, to give up the large user base, which might not be so compliant in terms of our standard. And yeah, and also when we implement the on-chain compliance, we have to sacrifice a lot of users from some sanctioned countries as well. So this is like punishing some innocent users who just happen to use like not so legal exchange or in not so crypto-friendly region. So this is also some part of the pain that we have to suffer during this whole TGE progress. But I think right now, if you ask what we would have done better, I would say I would try to implement the on-chain compliance and all this kind of KYC related stuff earlier, KYC, KYT, KYB stuff much earlier, so that we won't have to decide whether we should cut off. If we set up the rule in the very beginning, I think a lot of people will understand, okay, if I subject themselves, if they are like compliant enough to be part of the ecosystem, then they will not be cut off afterwards. So I think I would choose to implement it early if I can.
So it kind of sounds like your solution, or one of the things that you would kind of do differently, is an earlier stage KYC process, so that
KYT.
Okay, understood. Okay, then you kind of touch upon a very good, a major point for a lot of mini app projects, is because a lot of them eventually have to face the TGE, right? Where eventually you have to reward all the people that have been taking part in your platform. And I know that Cadison has already done their TGE, and Bloom is looking to do their TGE, right? So one of the biggest things for a lot of these farming or airdrop mini app games is that what happens to user retention after the TGE event? And typically it falls off a cliff. Are there any things or strategies that you guys are looking into or deploying to kind of counteract this TGE cliff drop in terms of user base?
Sure. First of all, like we're thinking about utility, so it's not just one-time payout and that's done. So we built like a evolving story, right? Evolving utility. So we start with multiple layers, and we first of all measure engagement depth. So because we can differentiate between like drop farmers and just real users, right? And like drop farmers, not your community, and we can detect like pretty like standard pattern of behaving, how this user behave, and we can define like highly engaged users. So through the kind of two-layer incentives, short-term and long-term. So as far as users can earn something or do something to earn in short term, but they also connected with long-term goals.
So our day 7 retention rate dropped from above 25% to around 10% after the TGE. And then it goes up again because we introduced a couple launch pool programs so that our token holders, they can stack their tokens and wait for airdrop from other projects that are going to be listed. So the users they are confident that we will bring more and more of this kind of launch pool or earn programs to them, so that the tokens is empowered. So they know there will be some more collaboration and empowerment for tokens in the future. So the retention rate go up. And the second thing we did is we published 13 more games right after. So the users know Cat is just a start. We are transforming into an ecosystem and a game center, and they will see more and more games and mini apps joining the ecosystem. That's how we try to empower them as well. And the retention rate just go back up very in a short period of time.
All right, now giving Daniel a chance to speak. Since you're from kind of working from the investor point of view, and you kind of witnessed all these new apps and mini apps kind of go crazy and viral, such as Hamster Combat, Dogs, Notcoin. What are you kind of looking for in the next project in terms of, you think that this would be a good project that you're kind of interested in maybe helping out or want to see happen?
Yeah, like I think our TON ecosystem is a lot more different than the traditional Web3, Ethereum, Solana. You know, we're targeting the new users, these Web2 users who are coming into Web3 for the first time, which is why I think a lot of the traditional Web3 users and developers, they probably hate us because they think we're not a real ecosystem. But the way I see it is, we are helping these Web2 users to onboard into TON for the first time. And this is why, in the past we've seen the tap to earn games have been very effective. People think it's a waste of time. Yes, I agree, but it's a way to get your users into in front of the door of TON. Now it's up to the how these projects are going to invite them in and use their product. So, for example, I think Blum has done a fantastic job. They started out as a game to get users, and very effectively get a lot more users into their application, and then it's going to pivot into a full-on trading app, right? So you kind of ease your way for these users to enter the ecosystem. No one's going to wake up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to restake my TON. I'm going to provide liquidity. But users are going to wake up and say, you know what? I'm going to start playing some games. It's easy. Yep. And then eventually, once they're onboarded through the learning program that these projects help them with the wallet, TON space, how did I connect, and then they would be able to easily join into the actual application that's going to bring value to TON ecosystem. So long story short, I'm looking for these gateways, these applications that provide a very easy entry point for Web 2 users into Web 3.
Yeah, I think one thing I want to add that actually besides users, actually Ton or Telegram is also a very good gateway to onboard Web 2 developers. So when Tonbit, we are also promote Ton in Epic. When we have some workshop, especially in China or in some city with a lot of Web 2 developers, they are very big believers of Ton's future. So Ton is also a gateway for Web 2 developers. That's actually very important because right now Web 3 developer is still very, very little. So there are so many talented people need a way to try to get something done in Web 3 space. So that's also a very important aspect. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Also, how about a word from Claude? Since you're more on the game dev side, what do you kind of think in terms of since we know that the tap to earn meta is a little bit saturated now, what do you think might be the next kind of flavor of the month that might serve as kind of the next viral type of mini app?
Yeah, I mean, it's still related to the question you asked a bit earlier. People come to those apps, you see some decline after TGE and all that, and the reason why you see decline after TGE is because people were not really designing those apps to be entertaining in the long term. Those apps are essentially coin promotion apps. They're here to distribute, distribute as in establish who's going to receive what, and promote tokens in a certain way. So as soon as TGE happens, the app has done its job, and unless you're turning into a service like a decentralized trading platform or a launch pool platform, you're not necessarily going to see some growth. And it's so you're probably going to see two things. First, some of these very simple type of games, that are only going to be here to promote some third-party service or some future token. And then you're going to see some apps that are trying to provide value as an app. So maybe more full-fledged games. I mean, recently you guys might have seen the SDK update that we're now going to have full screen. We're now going to have essentially geolocalization services, and this will probably pave the way towards higher quality games. We're currently experimenting inside a company with proper 3D games, stuff that could essentially be playing Counter-Strike inside of Telegram mini app, because there's no reason why you would not. The tech is here and it's coming inside of Telegram, so we're probably going to see two things, but it is not to say that those new users are all going to be looking for that, because you have a separation between users. You have those who those new users coming in, some are just seeing Telegram as a casino. If you came into Telegram and if you say you came into Ton and came into Web3, from, let's say, Notcoin, you only see oh, I tap here and then I make money quick and stuff like that. So maybe you will set a certain set of expectations of these people, but some might see a different experience and look for something else. And I think there's no rule that currently says everybody is looking for that. But what I can say is that if Ton wants to grow, it has to go from being a narrative to actually begin proper ecosystem. We are sitting on the other side. We help more Ethereum type projects get a Ton strategy and Telegram strategy to get a lot of users and stuff like that. And what we're seeing is that a lot of people in Web3 are treating Ton as a narrative only, and that's why it's not treated seriously, what Daniel was saying. But I think as soon as they see value, they will see proper services. They will see resilient infrastructure. They will see better things. Can have first higher quality apps, then apps with better retention, and then we can see more I would say smart money being poured in and users that stick longer. So.
right, thank you guys. So that kind of brings us to an end in terms of time. So I hope everyone had a good talk in terms of and learned a couple things and maybe got some ideas in terms of what kind of project that they could explore in terms of building and both investing on Ton. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day and thank you once again for coming. Let's give a round of applause for the panel. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.